that's going to be for Part up in the top lane. He's going to be able to out-sustain Part.
Oh, wow, man. The burst. He might pay for it, though, as Bless is here. And there it is. Collateral damage. First blood goes over.
Obviously help them with positioning.
Uh-oh, they might be in a bit of trouble here. Tempt hopping off that wall. Snowflower and Teddy locked up here. A bit of burst damage put onto Tempt. Deadly Flourish does miss, and a nice cocoon here. They're trying to turn this around. The teleport coming on in. Raze, though, getting pretty low. So I'm going to get there first. Misses that shot. Yeah, no team really not far ahead enough either to be able to go in on that. Oh, they're going for the flash here onto Tempt, who actually misses his flash over the wall. Feeds a kill over to Raze.
Weaver's wall. Snowflower, though, because he's Vel'Koz, he's still in range.
The arrow comes over and it hits Ghost, and they're going to try to burst him down. You can see just how low he's getting, but look at that Infernal Drake. Are they going to get it? No, it looks like Bless will pick it up. Will he get away with his life, though? The answer is no. So Bless trades his life for an Infernal Drake. Not a bad trade.
Yeah, definitely not.
Burst it down. See if they're able to do this. We don't really have a jungler nearby as Bless is dead. So it's really going to be up to them to try to get it here. The disintegration rate comes on in, but no steal will be opened up. Lots of low members of Jin Air. It doesn't look like that curtain call will be able to take anyone out. So Baron is gone here by Jin Air.
At Jin Air, Greenwing.
Infernal Drakes at least.
Just look at the damage that Sohan's still able to dish out on Part, despite his Sunfire and Ninja Tabby.
Oh, look at that burst damage on the Blast. The Shockwave will get him in the end. A couple of ultimates used.
Fight around 40 minutes or so.
Raze is just like, oh wow, really nice arrow onto Tempt. That's a definite kill with both Raze and Kuzan right nearby, and still 6 seconds left on this Baron, so they're going to be forced back. And down going on to the turret here. They're going to pick up another one. Teleport coming on in. Here's So-On. And it looks like finally Elise does go down. So losing Raze for this push means that Jin Air, they look for Teddy. And if he got Ashe early on in that fight, that would have been fantastic. But as you said, losing a lot of his health in the process. So now the push continues on to the third inhibitor here, and there is that flash on the Kuzan, a really nice target to get, so they do get him. Lots of burst damage though as So-On goes in, picks up Totoro. Park getting isolated on the left side, a really nice follow-up Pharaoh. Looks like Jin Air is just way too far ahead at this point. They're gonna clean up everyone for the ace.
Yeah, that's a clean ace, and that's gonna be game number 1. Going over to Jin Air.
In 28 minutes, LS. What are we watching?
Well, they're looking very KTS in this game. And we're going to be going into game number 2. And now the question is does Part actually stay in for game number 2?
I'd like to see him again. I don't think it was entirely his fault. You know, the lane matchup was there. He had a couple of nice engages, but the game just ran away from BBQ as a whole.
Yeah, it did. But a little bit questionable right there where at the end you can see in the isolated 1v1 or even the 2v2 if you want to talk about top as a top jungle.
Thank you guys for watching. If you disliked this video,
with your own ultimate. So that will be picked up here for Kuzan. See what
he doesn't even have a camp to go to. His Raptor camp's not up, Trugs aren't up.
Oh man, and speaking of that, oh boy, the play out of Snowflower, first blood picked up.
So Jin Air certainly want to get the Mountain Drake, don't want to let BBQ have it. And speaking of things that they want.
Yeah, and the last dash will do it here. Nicely done. Gonna pick that up, only using the exhaust there from set, but Bless is gonna go on that. Let's see who gets it. Actually, Bless picks that up down a level. Now they're gonna engage onto Snowflower. They find him before he can wild growth. Jin Air's still going in, but Umti extremely low and no mana, so they will have to back off of this one.
For both of these sides, Tempt seems to also be on the death cap train.
They land a bunch of CC onto Part. He's still at half HP, but they will take him out. So much stuff blown there. And unfortunately for BBQ, their new sub that makes still dead, so it's 5v4. It's really going to take Bless jumping on in. Here he is, trying to go undetected. They try to get onto Ghost, he's extremely low, but the Nethergrass comes down, and Bless is able to steal it amongst all the commotion. And now Part is able to teleport on in. They're going to be able to knock up Kuzan here. Ghost able to flash away. It looks like Part, though, is going to trade his life. But at the end of it all, BBQ able to pick up that Baron.
And that was such a key steal.
Successfully able to disengage. Meanwhile, gigantic wave down in bot.
Teddy's trying to heal up. Off that Raptor camp, Teddy was able to get back a lot of HP.
Trying to poke
Ghost
down
is recalling. Oh, knocked out of the air.
Yeah, he does get a huge pick on the blast. That is gigantic, taking away the jungler. They immediately start the Baron. Not much that BBQ can do, especially because Ghost went back home. Temp trying his best, trying to poke this down. Part coming on in, trying to knock him up, and Cinder takes it. Unbelievable. Umpty misses another smite here. Part will maybe go down. They try to lock down Ixu, who's on, oh man, he stays alive. They're gonna trade a kill here, and Teddy forced to flash the wall. Kuzan almost kills him if they have been following that up.
Dragon just can't decide who it wants to be with. Teleport now coming in though from Ixu.
Umpty's still around. He could be the hero here if he gets the smite off this time. It's getting extremely low. Who's gonna get it? Both Bless and Umpty.
No.
Oh man, it's Lisa's again. Okay, they aggro it again. Onto the side of Jin Air. They want to get this in. The burst damage coming through, and finally, Umpty's able to get it. Finally, and will they take this fight here? Part's still extremely tanky. It doesn't look like they want to get it. That charm with the Elder Drake and that Mountain Drake, they're going to be bursting this down so much. Can Bless do it this time? Gonna leap on in. No, really nicely done by Ixu to just get him with that CC. So that's going to be Baron given over to Jin Air. Will they be able to convert any kills on the back of this, or will they just try to back? Bless on the right side, looking for the leap in, and then Smite, can he get it this time? He is not going to be able to. Will flash out though and live. Can BBQ engage in here though? That's what they're looking for. Umpty's extremely low, and look at Ixu in the front also getting really low. Part just doesn't seem to go down. Big redemption onto the side of BBQ. They're swiping a bunch of these guys out of the pit. And Ixu, he really needs to live here. Okay, it looks like he will be able to. So Baron given over to Jin Air.
And Ixu's Jin Air, they funnel themselves into the Baron pit and then choose to take the fight rather than just everyone disengage. I mean, if they're willing to use the flashes to live at the very end, they should have just been using...
Go down here in 55 minutes. Kuzan and Umpty desperately trying to do as much as possible. Snowflower is going to respawn. And it looks like BBQ is going to take the safe way out and decide to back off. They did not want to go in with Teddy and Umpty there.
There's no way that BBQ can get there. So 4 members for the Elder Dragon. See, now they're Super Saiyan, Brendan.
It's their opportunity. Trying to poke this one down, but they got to be so careful. Oh, the dredge line hits Ixu. They're going to get that Nethergrass down here. Look at Ghost in the back. They're going to be able to burst him down. Out comes the depth charge onto Teddy, too, and they're going to get another pick. And as I said before, this one fight matters so much. Umpty is going to turn around and decide that this one is over. And that's going to be it. BBQ is going to be able to take this game off of the back of this fight.
Just a little bit of mispositioning by Ixu. And the team composition for BBQ really ever quite find an assassination, and Ixu botching a lot of his engagements.
Yeah, for sure.
And we talked about how crucial it would be for him to find optimal engages.
Park comes up big too, lots of big dredge lines onto a bunch of the members. That's gonna tie things up here, guys. At 1 apiece, BBQ able to tie things up.
Well, maybe Umpty is going back to the bench.
Where's Reese? Get me this guy. I want to see Soan and Reese back on the field.
Resistance inside of their build, but Ninja Tabby gonna be super effective against BBQ. And that can really put a dent.
I mean, he still has his flash, and he's just like walking on up. He's like, okay, here we go. Stun coming down, the flash cocoon. He's gonna set it up, first blood. Given over to Raze. That Hex Drinker, he knew he would be going 1v1 versus Part and really just wanted to shut it down. But oh man, the flash cocoon here on attempt. And in comes Soan, that should be a kill. Down he goes. And this guy continues to show up over. Maybe once you see the Renekton, you just like let yourself die. But use that flash, gonna be susceptible here to another gank maybe, as So-On is being chased down by Bless and Part, eating so much damage, tries to turn it around, but there's the collateral damage, and So-On will go down. That's the one brush on the map right now you just don't want to get near. And actually, it looks like they want to go for a bit of a engage. Oh, he catches Bless. The collateral damage is going to push him back here, trying to get onto a big knock-up. Teddy is going to pick up that kill. Are they going to go for this here? You can see all the damage being output right now onto the members. Kuzan extremely low up there, and it is going to be taken by Jin Air, and they actually burst down Part. And now on the chase, Kuzan trying to get onto Ghost. Temp's coming in onto Teddy. He's going to go down immediately. That's not going to work out. Now Ghost will be taken down. So another couple of kills going over towards Jin Air with the wall, as Part and So-On are fighting here. Part will be forced to flash the wall, and Sonya's away from that knockup, but So-On is right on top of him. That's going to be the kill going over to the Jin Air Green Wings.
And that's going to...
The trade, I mean, Part is just not going to win that trade. It's not going to happen. And coming in is Bless, and he's not able to get that smite, and he will pay for it with his life. So Jin Air picking up the Baron, So-On down in bot, and for stopping this massive push in mid. I mean, Thulling will only do so much. There's a nice bit of damage. But finally, oh man, they find another pick onto Ghost. Raze is just getting pick after pick, uses his flash. Teddy does follow up, So-On gets that bottom.
Playing your opponents and even them making mistakes. And when you have a reliance on your opponents making mistakes in order for something to be effective or good, that can't be the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. Usually it doesn't work out. Part is going to be caught here. Nice Odin's usage, but nobody on Jin Air takes any damage. Perfect Weaver's Wall. Bless going to be chunked on down as Jin Air takes out member after member. They want to pad their KDA stats before the end of this one. Going to pick up a couple more kills. Teddy does have the GA, who's preparing that for this moment. Either way, guys, Jin Air able to pick up game number 3 in pretty fast fashion once again.
Super decisive game number 3, just like game number 1. Raze having yet another great performance. And Jin Air can feel good winning the final series of the Spring LCK 2017 split.
Yeah, they definitely look scary going into relegations, which is something Minu was talking about. I mean, we'll see who they decide to bring in as the lineup for the relegations.